Hello, my witches. What's up? It's Luna here after a couple of very painful and trying weeks, but with massive doses of steroids and makeup. I am here back with you to unbox a tarot deck. Now, my pile of not unboxed decks is really dwindling down to nothing. I had choices of just between two tarot decks. So, one of them was a deeply historical deck that's, dense with arcane knowledge. But the other was this one, the Curious Cat Club, playing cards and oracle decks. So of course, you know where I'm going after a tough time, and now I see my microphone is way over there. I'm swinging it over. I'm a little out of touch. Okay, so this is the Curious Cat Club, playing cards and oracle deck. Is that a coffee stain? I don't know why it would have that, but good gravy. Okay, by Stasia Burrington. We have little images and symbols. This is published by Chronicle Books, and it cost me 13 bucks. A good number. This combination playing card and oracle deck features curious cats of all kinds, helping you to discover your personality and offering fortuitous feline advice. Are you adventurous and inquisitive space cat? The free-spirited paper playing cat? It's all in the cards. Also functions as traditional playing cards, includes 52 cards, 2 jokers, and 1 booklet. So that's why I kind of said tarot-ish, because it's not actually a tarot deck. This is copyright 2020. And designed by Evelyn Ferruta, text and illustrations by Stasia Burrington. So design is just package design. All right. I bought this deck over a year ago, you guys, and it's been sitting in the pile since then. So this is basically a first look again because I don't remember. All right, we have a little oracle guide that is cardboard. So it's going to hold up a little bit. Look at that. Look at how cute. Come on. Oracle guide, your curious cat. Let me zoom in for you. That's better. So you see the little oracle guide, and we have just one, panel for each suit. And they each have little keywords, and then, or like a key, a name, I guess. So the Ace of Spades says Archer in parentheses, and then it says focus, intention, ease. So, and I just noticed down here the jokers are listed. The first joker is called shit, and the meaning is the opposite of shit. And the other joker is gas, the air you breathe, environment. Okay, I'm now jazzed to get into this deck. Here's the back. Look at the sweet little calico kitties. Oh my God, so cute. So here we go. I'm so glad I have this deck to come back with because, wow, adorable. So there's shit. Here we have shit. And I think since this is a small deck, I'm going to kind of give you guys the names, at least the names for the cards here. So there's shit. And, oh, gas must be at the other end. Let's pull him out. Yes. And there's gas. Oh, my God. Fucking hilarious. And I know that even when I looked at them when I first got them, I didn't really look at them closely. I just kind of scanned because I would have remembered that. Pretty sure. Obviously, this person has cats. I mean, why would they make a deck like this if they didn't? Okay, so this is Archer. This one is called Tea Time. Now, as far as tarot correspondences go, spades correspond to blades, to swords. Clubs are sticks, so that would be wands. Hearts are cups, and diamonds are pentacles. So if you think of diamonds being, something of the earth and a cup holding water, or cups, heart, water. I mean, water is emotion, so heart, emotions, you can make the connections there. So this is tea time. Rich conversation and friendship. So you can tell right away we're not anywhere close to tarot meanings. So this deck is a standalone, And we'll just treat it like that. This is butterflies, change and freedom. Rain, nourishment, bare essentials. These are very simple. And I mean, they're so freaking adorable, but also very easy to connect and remember meanings. I mean, nourishment and bare essentials. Nourishment, food, I would think, but, you know, shelter is what I would go more with. This is bones, your core self and emotional depth. This is D&D, chance, risk, and creativity. This one is paper planes, travel, lightheartedness. This is taco. What is your octopus? Okay, so that's all it says, is what is your octopus? So what could we get from this? This is going to be very interesting to read with. Pardon me. I think it would be like something that's unmanageable, something that's, you know, got all these irons in the fire, or something that's just a little squiggly and hard to grasp, or something that's stuck to you. These are all kinds of possibilities here. I also want to say that the cardstock is linen. I don't know if you can see, because now I'm doubting myself, but I can clearly see the linen finish. It's a very light linen, so not a lot of texture there. All right, let's continue. The 9 is fishmonger. Hard work, routine, and skill. And you can see the Japanese vibe coming in, first of all, with taco, and then there's certainly a Japanesey feel to the fishmonger. 10 is kite. Useful tension. The fishmonger was hard work, routine, and skill. This is useful tension. That's an interesting concept. Then we have the Jack, raw materials and potential. The Queen, oh, Jack is yarn. The Queen is moon. Look how pretty. Night, dreams, and creativity. And then the King is lumbercat, self-sufficiency and woods. Now we go to hearts. So this would be cups. And the ace is nap, recharge, stillness. 2 is hug, oh, comfort and intimacy. So you could see that working for the 2 of cups. 3 is flowers, those you hold close. Sphinx, contemplate your gorgeousness. 5 is dim sum, shared pleasures, fulfillment. 6 is sakura, transience and celebration. So we have Chinese and Japanese. 7 is rainbow, diversity, open-heartedness. So sakura, if you don't know, sorry, I keep going backwards. It is what it is. Sakura is cherry blossoms. So you can get the idea of transience and things being impermanent, but also celebration. Rainbow, diversity, open-heartedness. Oh, they're just wonderful. 8 is ramen. Surround yourselves with yumminess. 9 is yin and yang. Support, love, and give and take. The 10 is stargazer. Oh, wonder, imagination, curiosity. The Jack is tent, shelter, and protection. Queen is kokeshi, solidity, roots, and foundation. Looks like those little Japanese wooden dolls. Pardon. The King is tarot reader, intuition, self-creation. Now we are on to the clubs. The ace is bees, industry, focus, teamwork. 2 is Yamaneko, mountain cat, trailblazer, facing fear. 3, entomologist, study, obsession, collection. That's me in tarot decks, you guys. 4 is s'more, the perfect amount of char. 5 is coffee. Where do you find your energy? 6 is Saturn, comfort in the otherworldly. 7 is weightlifter, training, being a badass. I mean, that has kind of a vibe of the 7 of Wands, of him holding that wand and holding the others back. But I mean, there's just, it's really not a strong reference. It's just me making connections there. It doesn't seem to be purposefully connected. 8 is porcelain, both strong and delicate. Look how beautiful. I have a thing that my father got me many years ago called the Royal Kitten of Prosperity. It was one of those, it was Franklin Mint or something special things, but it's downstairs, and it's a beautiful little kitten like this with gold on it. It's just gorgeous. Okay, 9 is beetle, protective exoskeleton. So you can see how this isn't going to give you like, you know, deep, insightful things, but protective exoskeleton, what does that mean? You need to put up some shields, yeah? 10 is onsen, which is obviously natural hot springs, decompression and submersion. The Jack is magician, secret talents. The Queen is ninja, stealth and precision. The King is sumo, flexibility, routine, and ritual. Okay. The Ace, this is diamonds, so pentacles. Earth, let's just say earth. The Ace is Om. Put these cards away and meditate. What a great thing. 2 is cyclist, self-directed motion, and cool hats. God, these are so adorable. I'm thinking these would be great to work with the carrot deck as well. This is book, introspection, self-led adventure. 4 is fish, new, different environment and flow. The 5 is kendama, games, play, childish pleasure. Okay, that's kind of weird. There's a hammer, and you know, right away it's like, oh, I want to read more. There's no more to read. So what I could do is Google kendama and find out what the heck. 6 is space, exploration, experiments. 7 is yoga, balance, self-compassion, forgiveness. 8 is gamer, competition, button mashing. Bonsai, cultivation, patience, control. 10 is hiker, preparation, first steps. The Jack is Gojira, which is Japanese for Godzilla. Godzilla is American for Gojira. What are your monsters? The Queen is mycologist. How cute is that? Richness in decay. See, there's depth here too. King is alien, the unknown. Oh my God, freaking adorable. Now, let's look at what it says on the back here. How to use these cards. While these can be used as normal playing cards, you may also use these as an intuitive means for self-reflection or a guide to a new point of view. You may interpret these cards however you like or use the meanings provided here. Think of the prompts as koans, starting points. A koan is a Buddhist story that doesn't have an answer to it, but it's meant to cause you to think and gain insights on your own. Shuffle, choose a card or a spread, meditate on how the cards makes you feel. Use this guide if you like. Enjoy. And that's all. So yeah, what a great way to ease back in. Let me zoom back out. Now let's welcome these new kittens to the fold by doing a little bit of a blessing here. I can't wait to get into them and see what kind of a reading we get. They're very fun, and they're humorous, and they're adorable. So, of course, this is automatically on my adorable decks list. Cleansing with air and fire. Cleansing with water and salt. Inviting in guides and guardians, allies and ancestors. Thank you so much for being here. And I invite you to come and play with this sweet, wonderful, adorable deck, and I offer you fresh water, and I offer you and the deck the fire of Azrael to call in the spirit of divination. Okay. Now, let's have a shuffle. I expect normal playing card shuffle. They feel a little stiff, but since it's a 52 card deck, that is not a problem, and I'm sure they're going to loosen up with use. I think this would be a blast to just play cards with, and my husband and I may be doing that later. Okay, so while I'm thinking, I'm going to shuffle in our standard question. How do we, wherever we find ourselves today, how do we move away from, let's be a little more detailed, away from feelings of victimhood and survival into feelings of empowerment and thriving? Okay, I left the jokers in there, you will notice. So let's see. Let's have some good messages. I'm thinking what kind of, I think I'm going to do a 9, a 3x3 grid, and you know, because these are very simple. So, you know, let's give them a good run. Hold on, I'm centering. It's been a while. Okay, that is my signal that it's time to lay them out. Let me move my goddess here. Do you like my new cloth? It was, you know, a Samhain season cloth, but I had to use it. I hope it's not too busy. So we have the 6 of Hearts, the King of Pentacles, and the 3 of Spades. We have, this was talking about the ephemeral Sakura, that one was Sumo, and that one was Butterflies. Very easy to retain the titles. The Jack of Hearts, I think he was he Tent? And then Yoga and Bones. And the bottom 3 are 3 of Hearts and the Queen of Diamonds and the 9 of Hearts. Okay, and then we'll take a 10th at the end. Let me move these back a little bit so I can scoot them up and straighten them up. You know how fussy I am. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do, which is a great thing to do if you do a reading like this where you have a grid, or even with a Celtic cross, but particularly with this. And I want to tell you that I did not read with Celtic cross for very long at all before I learned the Wheel of Fortune spread from a book called Classic Tarot Spreads, and it does in groups of 3s, and that just became my thing since then. And this is a great way to get a 10 card reading like a Celtic cross is, but do it in that grid fashion. This gives you the opportunity to read across, also read down diagonally. It's very fluid. And that one in the middle is usually prominent. So let's start with an overview of how the suits break down. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 hearts. That is the predominant one. 2 diamonds, 2 spades, and 1 club. So the thing that we are being called to focus on with this reading in order to, you know, move away from that stuck victim-y feeling is we got to deal with our feelings. We have to deal with emotions. Hearts are cups. I think I just said that. Anyway, let's look up. So 6 here, Sakura, is transience and celebration. As I shoot this, it's the beginning of December. So we are moving into that holiday time. And, you know, all of these seasons that we move through, everything is transient. Everything in nature and life is transient. Permanence is an illusion. So I want to start off by saying, if you are watching this in December, and you're starting to feel that freight train of the holidays barreling down on you, the first thing that we need to acknowledge is that it's supposed to be a celebration and that this too shall pass. So whatever circumstances you find yourself in, whether it's good circumstances that you want to hold on to, you can't. They too shall pass. And if it's a dark place you're in, this too shall pass. And a call to find a way to celebrate whatever circumstances we find ourselves in. to celebrate the fact that we are alive, to feel these feelings that we have. All right, the next one is Sumo, and he was flexibility, routine, and ritual. So boy, did the COVID years bring us to a point of having to be a little more flexible, didn't they? Especially as far as our holiday traditions, which, it's so easy to think it's set in stone and that it just won't feel like Christmas or whatever you celebrate. It just won't feel like the holiday unless we have blah, 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 But we went through 2 Christmases without my whole family being able to be together because people were exposed or sick. And we went through, with me and my husband getting older, we've pared down our traditions and let go of it. I don't have to do that. And if you can let yourself let go of those ingrained things, there's still so much room to celebrate wherever you are and to discover some newness, because we can get stuck in those routines of here's the way the decorations go, here's our tradition, and that's where things come. No. We bring the spirit of holiday and celebration, and I always call it making holiday. We can make holiday with no decorations just by what we bring from inside of us. So Sumo is here to remind us to be flexible about our routines and our rituals. And amen to that. Let's have a little bit more fire of Azrael. Ta-da! Okay. Third one is butterflies, change and freedom. Oh my God, you guys. These cards are incredible. So it's saying if we allow ourselves to change, that in change is freedom. We don't need to be stuck in ritual. And, ritual is one tiny step away from dogma, right? And dogma means we don't question why we do something, we just do it. So it's no longer living and breathing. And butterflies are saying here we have to let things live and breathe and flutter and fly. So we can change those rituals that might be, feel like as big as a sumo, big and heavy as a sumo. And with change comes freedom. Wow. Okay. Second row, Jack of Hearts. This is tent, shelter, protection. I'm just going to go like right across. 7 is yoga, balance, self-compassion, and forgiveness. Shelter, protection, self-compassion, forgiveness. 5 is bones, your core self and emotional depth. Okay, so this is telling us that that we do need to take care of ourselves and be aware. I mean, the COVID years have also taught us that it is our responsibility to keep ourselves safe. And there are ways that we can do it. I'm watching, people coming down with flu. This is supposed to be kind of a record-breaking flu season as well. So if we learned anything from COVID, we should take away that we can protect ourselves from these illnesses that we have grown up with, that we're used to, that aren't, we're not got the fear of death in us from them, but we can still protect ourselves and strike a balance with this. Keeping all things in balance. We can be social and still be protected. We can be compassionate with ourselves when we have to make a decision based on keeping ourselves safe. That's not meanness. We can be compassionate. And the 5 of Spades talks about this has to kind of originate from our core. What are my core values? And in the moment as well, emotionally, what do I need? If I need to be social, how do I balance that with the need to stay safe and be healthy and be protected? Yeah. Okay. Next down. Flowers, those you hold close. This is Om. Put these cards away and meditate. Oh, no, wait. That's, it looks like an ace. That Q looks like a lowercase a. No, wrong. That's a queen. Okay, this is mycologist. Richness in decay. So those you hold close. Richness and decay. and yin and yang, support, love, give and take. So what's important here is the people and our relationship with each other. And even if old traditions and old ways of being are decaying, there is richness in that, and even that decay process can fertilize new growth and transformative growth. Mushrooms are what transform everything. They are the things, they are life and death, because when things die and the fungi take over, they are what transform these dead things break them down into their usable nutrients so something can grow. And look at this yin yang, life and death, death and life. They all work together. So that's our kind of final reminder of both and. Everything is both and. And we have to get away from our black and white thinking about things, because when we allow ourselves to change, there's freedom. There is freedom in that. I am free to start a new tradition. And, the balance of that really is important. And, the card in the center is balance. So the balance is crucial, because we can also sort of give up some available depth of experience if we treat things like not in a more non-traditional way. For instance, if you don't have any family traditions around the holidays, and it's just like, yeah, we just do this and we go out and get this and yeah, whatever, and kind of surface over it. Tradition is roots. And so those traditions bring us back to, they can bring back good feelings. They can also bring back bad feelings. So the flexibility to change traditions that might be painful for you also carries a lot of freedom. But, so you're always free to establish new traditions. And when you find something that everybody really resonates with, those are the ones that can stick. We've created new traditions throughout the years in so many ways. And, one of the things that has changed in me so much from the time my kids were little is I used to be extremely controlling around the holidays and Christmas. This is the way my mom did it. This is the way I do it. And, as far as the creativity itself and how I decorate, that was always me, But the fact that we have to do this much and it's got to be this way, I was really gripping onto that. And over the years, when you're raising kids, oh my God, and with the conditions I deal with and fatigue and SAD and all that kind of stuff, it's like, what? We don't need to do it that way. Or, somebody in my family would say, I want to do this year. And it would be like, okay, yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? Let's do it that way. The only thing I've been a stickler for is white lights on the Christmas tree. My husband and the kids too have wanted colored lights. It's like, no, that's what I'm sticking with for solstice is white lights. So anyway, we do have our non-negotiables. So let's find out what the last card is. And we have the Queen of Hearts. What a wonderful thing to end with. Kokeshi. Solidity, roots, foundation. There we go. So the thing is, we have to build our own foundations. We can grow and build upon foundations that we already have that are nourishing to us, that are supporting us. And we can build on that and branch out into new things, new traditions, even things that change year to year to keep it alive and breathing. Alive and breathing, because that's what holiday is about, and that's what life is about. It's about celebrating where you are now and allowing life to present itself to you and receiving that in a flexible way, in a way that allows you to enjoy whatever is coming at you. You have to be able to shift and change in order to find the worth in every moment, I guess I would say. But I love these simple decks. I really do, because you can get such a really good reading, even though something seems cute and, what do I want to say? cutesy poo, insignificant. There's a word I'm hunting for that I'm not getting, but that's okay. Wow, do I recommend this deck? I think everyone, if you're, if you do readings as part of your spiritual practice, I think it's really important to have some sort of deck that allows you, allows the humor in and allows some lightness because frankly, and we kind of think of, oh, I'm going to go with a heavy deck for heavier times, but think of it, if you're in heavy times and you're struggling with whatever it is, depression, which so many of us struggle with at the holidays, financial problems, the pressure of Christmas and gift buying, so you can let yourself be flexible and go with gifting experiences and food and things that you can make with your own hands rather than having to spend lots of money and go big, But think about it. You don't have to. What if you're in a place of struggle and you go for a light and humorous deck? Sometimes if I'm in a really, really bad way, sometimes humor can just piss me off. But again, if you learn how to be flexible and say, I'm going to let that humor in, so I can let go of this mood, it can really work that way. Or when you're in a time of, everything's great, to go for a serious deck and bring you more down to earth and in depth of what's happening. That can be a really valuable thing too. So I highly recommend this deck. It's adorable. I love it. And I am running out of decks, you guys. I've got one more tarot deck to unbox. I'm sure Christmas will change this with knowing my daughter. But I have like 3 or 4 Oracle decks sitting there to unbox, and that's it. So if you want to keep this series going, which now has, I think this will be number 320 on my unboxing playlist. If you want to add to this series and keep it going, hit that Amazon playlist down below, or you can join my Patreon, and it's just $3 a month to say, add a girl Luna, and keep the channel going. And that money that I get every month buys me a deck. So I know there's going to be at least one as long as I have patrons. So I thank you for hanging out with me and for sticking with me through my down times, because they're probably going to get more frequent as I get older. And I'm okay with that. So thanks for hanging in there. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe if you haven't already and you really dig what I'm doing. And I will see you on a live stream this week. Yes, I will. Until then, this is Luna. Blessed be.